everybody? I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason, and it's time to talk about some Wrestlemania 14. I even brought out my D-Generation X shirt to talk about this review. That's how excited I am. I remember being a kid. This was the first Wrestlemania that I ever saw in my life. I was 7 years old in 1998. I was so excited for this Wrestlemania. Just the anticipation, the buzz, the hype around this show. I remember watching this show at my friend's house. She lived on the same block as me at the time. She was a huge wrestling fan also. Her father was a huge wrestling fan. Her whole family were a bunch of huge wrestling fans. This was at a time when the whole family could enjoy wrestling, not just 6 or 7 year olds. But yeah, I remember like it was yesterday watching the show at our house. I remember the build up, just counting down the days till the show took place, and even watching it today, it still has the same amount of awesomeness. So yeah, let me go straight into this card because there's a lot I want to talk about here. Your opening match was a 15-team Battle Royal for the #1 contendership to the WWF Tag Team Championship. What a mouthful of words right there. But yeah, this whole match was basically built around the whole Legion of Doom returning thing. A Legion of Doom, a big shocking return, LOD 2000 as they were called at this point. Big pop for the shocking return. But basically, I didn't like this match. I mean, just 30 guys involved at the same time in the ring. Just too much happening. You can't really focus on one thing. It definitely got better towards the end when it was down to Legion of Doom and a couple of other teams. Legion of Doom eventually eliminates New Midnight Express to become the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. So yeah, I understood that this was all to get the big pop, the big shocking return. But I personally would have liked to not have seen this match, so you could add more time to a certain match that I will talk about in a little bit that definitely needed more time. But yeah, there you go. Was what it was. Then you got Taka Michinoku versus Aguila. I don't know I forgot how to pronounce his fucking name. For the Light Heavyweight Championship. This was a fun, exciting, fast-paced match. A bunch of high-flying moves. A bunch of crazy fucking moves. I have no clue what the names of the moves are. Just a bunch of crazy shit that you don't see. Very fun match. Taka Michinoku gets the victory with a Michinoku driver. Retains the Light Heavyweight Championship. Fun, exciting, wild, luchador type light heavyweight shit. Good stuff. Then you get Triple H versus Owen Hart for the European Championship. And I remember this match, watching it for the first time. The memorable moments from this match, the build-up and everything. You had Chyna being handcuffed to Sergeant Slaughter ringside so she doesn't interfere. This was the first DX match of the night. This was a really good match, a great match. I liked this match a lot. Triple H and Owen Hart, obviously great chemistry together. They definitely work well together. They pulled off a great match. A lot of nice near falls. Great stuff from both guys. A very memorable ending. You have Chyna throwing the salt in Sergeant Slaughter's eyes as she's handcuffed to him. And while he's trying to get it out of his eyes, she low blows Owen Hart. Triple H gets the pedigree and wins to retain the European Championship. Very good match. Very fun and memorable match. Definitely a great European Championship match. I really miss the European belt. I really do. Then you get Mark Merrill and Sable versus Goldust and Luna in a mixed tag team match. You hear the words mixed tag team, you think, oh, this is going to suck. This was a fucking good match. I remember there's so much build-up to this match with Mark Merrill and the Sable thing, with Mark Merrill being jealous about the attention that Sable's getting. And then he added in Goldust, and then you added Luna Vachon, and just a bunch of build-up towards this match. And ironically, the best stuff in this match was when Sable got in the ring, Like, the men weren't the interesting part of this match. It was the women. Like, that's how great the WWF utilized women back in the day. Sable was so fucking over. When Sable got tagged in the first time for this match, oh my god, did this crowd fucking pop like crazy. It's sad. In the Attitude Era, Sable got a bigger pop than Sheamus, Randy Orton, or John Cena ever fucking gets today. If you don't believe me, check this match out. Listen to how this crowd goes absolutely batshit for Sable, chanting Sable. Could you imagine a crowd chanting a fucking diva's name in this day and age? But yeah, this was a really good match, really fun. Sable, this was her first wrestling match, I believe. Impressive stuff from Sable. Yeah, very fun mixed tag team match. I believe Sable gets the victory when she does the TKO to Luna Vachon. Sable, like a skinny girl, but she did some pretty powerful shit. She fucking did the Sable Bomb to Mark Marrow on Raw. One of the Raws, yeah, fucking lifting up Luna Vachon, basically doing an F5, but also doing like a diamond cutter. That was the TKO. Really fun match, great match, and it was awesome to see how fucking over Sable was. Man, she was hot. And I mean that in more ways than one. Then you get the WWF Intercontinental Championship match. The Rock versus Ken Shamrock. And this is the match I was talking about that definitely needed more time. This was under 5 minutes. And this was it was going really good, this match. Very exciting, yet The Rock, you know, being his charismatic self, and yet Ken Shamrock, who was like this short-tempered, like short-fused guy who could snap at any moment. I think they worked well together, but this match way too short. The ending came out of nowhere. Ken Shamrock out of nowhere just gets the ankle lock on The Rock and makes him tap out. No build up towards it. It just happened, and it was a shame because this could have been a really great match. I think if it was given the proper amount of time. But yeah, the post match segment was really great. Ken Shamrock kept the ankle lock on The Rock. Referees are trying to break him apart. Eventually they do. They had to get a bunch of referees out. And I love this Ken Shamrock, the short fuse storyline, the whole angle here. I thought it was awesome. He starts to do a belly-to-belly suplex to all the fucking referees. He starts going bad shit. Then because, you know, he's being so fucking degenerate-ish, they decide to reverse the decision. So The Rock wins the match and retains the belt. And Ken Shamrock fucking loses it. He goes to The Rock, who's laying on a stretcher, starts beating the shit out of him. Great post-match segment. But I just wish the match itself could have gotten the proper amount of time, because I think it could have really been great. But, you know, for the 5 minutes that it was very exciting. But yeah, I definitely had a problem with it being so short. Then you get Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie versus the New Age Outlaws for the Tag Team Championship in a dumpster match. Oh man, I remember watching the Raw live when they the New Age Outlaws threw Jack and Chainsaw Charlie off of the stage in the dumpster. I was like, fucking holy shit. And I remember watching this match and being like, holy shit, this is insane. Yeah, this is a very memorable match. A lot of great moments. Billy Gunn and Cactus Jack being on top of a ladder in the ring, and the ladder gets they get pushed off the ladder and they both fall into a dumpster. Oh my god. Like, this is when WWF started doing hardcore shit like ECW did, you know? Like, WWF was utilizing the best of the best. They were really just taking I don't want to say stealing, but being influenced by the best ideas around them and making it even better. This was a great dumpster match. This is Attitude Era at its best, you know. This is the best of the best. Just really define the Attitude Era, a dumpster match. It ends in an awesome way. You have them backstage. Cactus Jack hits the New Age Outlaws with a chair shots to the head. Then he puts them on a forklift, and Chainsaw Charlie is driving the forklift, and he lifts it up and drives them into the dumpster, so they win the match that way. Just great shit, crazy shit that you just did not get at previous WrestleManias. This was you could tell, the first Attitude Era WrestleMania, and man, it was fucking awesome. Great fucking match. So Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie win the Tag Team Championship. Then you get The Undertaker versus Kane. Oh man, the build up to this match. One of the most amazing storylines ever. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. You had, from the beginning, this shit started in October. With Kane's debut. This started in October. That was November, December, January, February. A 5-month build-up without these guys having a match. If this was done in today's day and age, the second, you know, Kane debuted, him and Undertaker would have had a match, you know, 2 weeks later on Raw for free TV. But this was when they were smart. They waited 5 months to do this match. I remember the build-up to this. Just Kane's debut, the greatest debut ever. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Kane comes out, tombstones The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels gets the win. Then throughout the coming weeks, you have Kane trying to get a match out of Undertaker, but Undertaker won't fight his brother. Then it seems like they join forces, but eventually Kane puts The Undertaker in a coffin and sets it on fire. And then The Undertaker at Raw, lightning strikes, and he raises out of the coffin, and all the fucking build-up, all the supernatural shit. You had lightning striking the fucking commentators' table. You had fire everywhere, people being set on fire. All this crazy, like, fascinating, like, amazing, over-the-top shit that only the Attitude Era could have done. You know, it was so over the top, yet it was so fucking awesome. And it really encapsulated what the Attitude Era was about, this build-up. And this match itself, one of the greatest big man matches I've ever seen. Definitely the first good Undertaker WrestleMania match, and a great match at that. I remember this was at a time when you thought The Undertaker could actually lose at WrestleMania, because not much was being made about the whole streak thing. And Kane at this point was red hot. He was just a monster. Nobody could, beat this guy. He just dominated everybody. So you actually thought that The Undertaker could lose this match, and it looked like he would at points. He had to kick out of a tombstone. But yeah, this was a great match. You have the memorable spot where The Undertaker dives off over the top rope, and he just crashes and burns through the announce table. Holy shit. Undertaker has to do 3 fucking tombstones to finally beat Kane, and he barely gets the win, because right after 3, Kane gets the shoulder up. Great match. From start to finish, this was one of the best big man matches you will ever see. And of course, we got a lot more out of this brother storyline after this match. So, great match. Then you get Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship with the special outside enforcer, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson. Oh, man, this fucking match. Just the build-up. Oh my god, the intensity, the anticipation for this match. Everybody was just waiting for this fucking match to happen. You bring in Mike Tyson. Now, people want to say that, celebrities have no place being in wrestling, that they don't deserve to be taking the spotlight. Well, I agree when there's like celebrities that are just nonsense, that it makes no sense. But when you have celebrities like Mike Tyson and, Mr. T, people who add value, who are, serious forces in the show, serious players in the show itself, who really help to garner media attention, then this is where celebrities deserve to be there, because this was great. This is the best use of celebrity since Mr. T. And I haven't seen a better use of celebrity since Mike Tyson has been involved with this WrestleMania 14. This was phenomenal. You had Vince McMahon call out Mike Tyson on Raw, and then Stone Cold comes out, and Stone Cold tells him, "You've got your beady little eyes locked onto the toughest son of a bitch." And he tells Mike Tyson a little sign language and gives him the finger, and they start pushing each other. Oh my god. This was fucking appointment TV. This was must-see TV. This shit was on the 11 o'clock Eyewitness News at night. That's how fucking big this was. That's how much media attention this got. That's because you added this celebrity, this perfect celebrity into the mix. So these people that say celebrities have no place, you're just naive. Because when you can successfully use a celebrity, you use it to get extra eyes on your product. But man, the build up to this. Mike Tyson joining DX. Oh God, this was phenomenal. And I just want to say, kudos and props and everything to Shawn Michaels for doing this match with the horrible shape that his back was in. You could say what you want about Shawn Michaels politicking and, running the crew and the whole clique thing, but For him to do this match and put Austin over in this spot where Austin needed this so bad and the company needed it so bad, I really got to give props to Michaels, because this match, you could tell he was in no fucking shape to do this match. His back was so fucked up. I mean, it started off okay, but in the middle of the match, you could tell he was just out of it. He was just in pain. He was cursing in pain, saying fuck, just so frustrated that he couldn't perform to the best of his abilities because of how bad his back was. It was just hard to watch. But even still, this was a great match. Even with a bad back, this was still match of the night. That's how great Shawn Michaels is as a performer. He utilized the strength of his charisma and the strength of his heelish tactics, and how he got that over, to make up for not being able to perform to the best of his abilities. Could you imagine if this was 100%, Shawn Michaels? This could have been one of the greatest matches of all time, easily. But even without 100% Shawn Michaels, this is still a great match. Still a bunch of memorable moments. Man, I remember this match like it was yesterday. You had Shawn Michaels going for the sweet chin music at the end. He misses. Stone Cold goes for the stunner. Shawn Michaels reverses it, pushes him off, goes for another sweet chin music. Stone Cold catches his leg, spins the motherfucker around. Stone Cold stunner. Mike Tyson comes in the ring. 1, 2, 3. I still think that Shawn Michaels got screwed, and he technically didn't lose because that was kind of a fast count. I think that was a little bit of a screw job. But yeah, Stone Cold wins. I remember at the time, this was the fucking worst ending I could have ever seen. I was crying like a fucking baby. I was a 7-year-old fucking baby crying, bawling my eyes out because Shawn Michaels just lost. I hated Stone Cold for life, until I became a #1 Stone Cold fan. But yeah, I remember my friend's father had to calm me down. My parents had to calm me down. They had to tell me that this was all fake, that it wasn't real, that Shawn Michaels didn't really lose. But I wasn't having it. I was crying hysterical because Shawn Michaels lost. But yeah, this match was I'm not necessarily talking about the in-ring action, the in-ring work itself. Even though that still, even with Shawn Michaels' bad back, I think is great. But just the whole surroundings of this match and the media attention and the hype and the buzzing, what this match did for the future. Oh man, just for that, it's a 5-star match. This started off the Austin 316 era. Oh, and all the great shit we got from that. I mean, what else could you say about this match? Like I said, I just wish we could have had a 100% Shawn Michaels to give us a 5-star in-ring action wrestling match to do his best, because, oh man, it was hard to see him. He couldn't bend. He had to awkwardly position his body at times. It was hard to watch. But for what this match did, the build around this match, 5 stars. Easily 5 stars. And then the ending segment, Shawn Michaels punching Tyson, and then Tyson knocks Shawn Michaels the fuck out, and he's seeing stars. Oh, there you go. That's my WrestleMania 14 review. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Fantastic show. The best WrestleMania to this point from 1 to 14. Just, you had good shit from top to bottom. The only, bad things on here was the opener, the 15-team Battle Royal was just too much. But the LOD surprise shock return definitely added, good points to it. And also the Rock versus Ken Shamrock match was way too short. But the post-match segment was really good. So yeah, those are the only 2 things I have a problem with. Besides that, 9 out of 10. Entertaining as hell. And this, I just finished watching Monday Night Raw tonight. 3 hours of fucking shit. And then you watch this gold. How the fuck could a company just descend in greatness so fucking much? You usually think in the future you improve. How did this shit get so fucking bad? There you go. There's my review. Jay Shady, voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.